Hi, and welcome to the Secret Healer's bathroom. Now it's late, it's very late, it's 10:30 at night, and I have a big lunch tomorrow. My friends and I are all going out to the tapas bar, and so I thought I'd better make myself look a bit more presentable. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do my facial massage, so I'm going to put it on video. Perhaps people don't know how to do a facial massage, so I kill two birds with one stone when I do my massage. I always use hazelnut oil because hazelnut oil is exfoliating. Just to show you, gosh, I don't know, a tablespoon-ish of hazelnut oil. And so just picked out a few different oils to use tonight. So I have this beautiful one that Rose Charge gave me when I was at the NAHA conference, and it is rose in jojoba oil, but it's a bit special because it's South African and it is a Rosa Damascena, but it's got a much deeper fragrance and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to pop it in here and we're going to wait a minute or two because it's quite thick. So come on then. One, I'm going to do 4, 3, 4. Okay, now I like jojoba because did you know that it's not actually an oil? It comes from the nut, which comes from an evergreen shrub, and the fruit comes, and then inside the fruit, it's a big green fruit, there's about 3 different nuts inside, and it's actually a wax lipid, so it's very, very stable thing to use because it doesn't go rancid like an oil does. So it's lovely. And also obviously it doesn't apply when it's in hazelnut oil, but when you use it on its own, because it's not oil, it doesn't stain your clothes either. Hazelnut oil, however, does stain everything it touches. And this is carrot seed oil. So I'm going to do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carrot seed oil, and I am going to do 1 patchouli. To be honest, I have to say I'm a bit of a facial massage freak. I do it very regularly, so it doesn't really ever have to pick any oils that are spectacularly for any particular skin type, because my skin, it should be good by now, it is. But the patchouli oil is very, very nourishing, and it also balances out any greasy bits. The carrot oil, I have to say, I'm being a bit of a snob. I went back to the city at the weekend, and I don't know if it's psychological, but my face feels dirty again from we were right by the M6, right in Birmingham, so carrot's brilliant for cleaning the skin of pollution, so that's why that's going in, but it's really nourishing anyway. So what we're going to do, a tiny bit on the fingers, all the fingers. Oh, you can't get away from the train, here it goes, just on the fingers, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to cover the skin. Oh my goodness, it's all that carrot. Just all the whole face up first. Now, what we're going to do is work from the top of the scalp, using the first 2 fingers, and work outwards using tiny little circles outwards like that. Now, exfoliating is probably the most important thing that you can do for your skin, because it takes off all the dead layers, and underneath, of course, are lovely new fresh skin cells. So it keeps the skin looking a lot more fresh and radiant than it would do, and especially in times like this where it's cold and it's wet and it's very windy here, it gets chapped. So this is a great way of just taking off the wear and tear and just revealing something better underneath. And what you're doing is by the massage, you're stimulating the blood flow, and when we're doing that, we're also stimulating growth of new skin cells too. Now, the rose oil in particular stimulates the growth of keratinocytes underneath at the granular layer of the skin of the epidermis, underneath the epidermis. So this is bringing up fresh new skin cells. So what we're just going to do now is open up, stretching those muscles, straightening out my frown lines, which I'm famous for. When I concentrate, I always frown. So there we go. So that we're going to do now, just a little bit of pressure on the temples, and then we're coming down onto the cheekbones. And what we're doing is just putting enough pressure on, enough circles for the hazelnut to do its job and pull off those dead skin cells, as well as working the muscle. And I have to say, I can feel them coming off already. So it feels gritty under my fingers. Now, a bit of a top tip for massage here. If you haven't been professionally taught, you might not know this. Notice how I'm keeping my hand on the skin as I'm adding more oil. And you should always keep contact with your patient when you are massaging. Never take your hand off them. It's one way to fail your exam, so consequently it's ingrained in my spirit. So it's not that I can surprise myself, really, is it? I kind of know that there's one coming. So we're just working in these circles outwards over the cheekbones, and I can feel there's some roughness and some dryness here. I'm working that. And down here, now this is my problem area really here. This is where it gets greasy. Now here, normally I might put in some ylang ylang, because here and here, these are my greasy spots, and ylang ylang would balance them out. But at the moment, I just feel dirty, so I'm getting it off today. So yeah, we're going down. At the moment, all we're doing is exfoliating, but in a minute we'll start working the acupressure points. And I can feel this is quite rough here. So we'll work away at this, and it's just circles, and the circles will bring the skin away, like that. Here. And we're going down. Now, I'm shortening the video really to make it easier. I'll probably come back and finish this properly after you've gone, but it's a bit boring watching and watching. But what I want to show you is acupressure points. They are underneath the eyebrow line, and if you just put your finger up and kind of push into the eyebrow, you'll feel that they are tense. And these are tension points, but they're also sinus points. So if you're struggling with any congestion, these are the ones we're working on. What we're just doing is putting a tiny bit of pressure in. Where they hurt, we're leaving the pressure on to let the blockage open. I'll carry on working those in a minute because that one really hurts. And then we're just doing the same here. Now here, you see how that moves? That's fluid underneath the skin. And those of you that watch me on Facebook will know that I was out late last night at the pantomime, so tired eyes. So what we're going to do is do some lymphatic drainage. So the lymph actually drains down here into this here, which is the subclavian. So we're just going to move the fluid away, gently moving it, rolling it down the side of the neck, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it into the subclavian. And actually, you can already see the difference. Saggy, not saggy. So let's do this one. Because my goodness, Elizabeth, you need it. So yeah, I can feel this one's very, very, very full of fluid. And you're using your fingers to make sure it doesn't backflow. Moving it and then down. So lymphatic drainage is a really useful thing to know how to do. It's very useful in the legs, for example, for cellulite. But for puffy eyes, it's magnificent. And we're just going to have to do the same up here. I can see that this is puffy. So we're just going to roll it down. Rolling, 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 rolling. Down we go. You see my eyes look brighter because they're not so puffy. Now, what we would also do is work the back of the neck. So as you're going down the spine, you can feel that there are muscles going down. Heavens above, that sounds rude. That's 11 o'clock. Fingertips deep into the muscle. And as you push up into the top of the spine, you'll feel the back of your skull. And you'll feel, once you've started doing some acupressure points, these are sore. So we're just going to loosen these as well. And that's it. I will carry on for probably about another 10 minutes, really working off the rubbish off my skin. But we've got circles going down, circles going across, circles going down, acupressure points, acupressure points, acupressure points down there, acupressure points down there. Kind of work this lip, that's useful. And then puffy eyes, back of the neck. You're cooked. I'm also going to show you in a bit my face mask, because I'm going to just use some stuff out of the kitchen because I find it really nourishing. So I'll be back in a bit to show you my face mask, and then we're going in the bath and you're not coming. See you in a bit.